Counting all these bands, never been to Santa Rosa. Sat up in the cell with a plug from Sinaloa. European model 550 with the blow up. Represent the brown side, rest in peace.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed. And like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. So with that being said, man, I know you guys been asking me about my torta videos, man. Trust me, I got some for you guys, man. I just talked to one the other day and she reminded me of a disgusting story. But I'm going to tell it once I get fully monetized so I can just get paid off my own personal content. But for now, subscriber asked me a crazy question. But was it trip me out, right? I woke up today. Today's my day off. And I was like, man, I just watched YouTube for like real quick. I was going to say, let me see what I'm going to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the Jenny 6ix9ine and Miss Lady Pink situation since they called each other out publicly and now they're making videos about it. But what tripped me out is I seen dropout channels, something. And I was like, all right, whatever. Then I seen another one. Then I was like, whatever. Then I seen another one. I was like, bro, did I piss people off today or what? Because I know people were talking about me. I'm pretty sure they're targeting me. And I didn't watch none of the videos. I was like, bro, what did I do now, bro? I just made one video yesterday that went crazy. I'm sorry. I went to work. I'm just living a normal life. That's all I was doing. So I didn't even watch them. I was like, bro, whoever got a wild hair up there, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I know because I know that everybody was targeting me. But let's get into this video. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, always leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check the links in the description for my Apple and Spotify music. Go ahead and run my streams up. And you can check out my playlist section on my YouTube channel and check out my music right there. Thank you guys for you guys' time. Most importantly, thank you guys for you guys' support. So one of my subscribers asked me to talk about, being discriminated, for being released and coming out of jail, like what it's like. How people treat, prisoners or ex-prisoners, should I say, ex-cons, ex-felons, parolees. Here's the thing, right? There was a lot of discrimination when I first got out of jail. But let me walk you through something. So I think my first 2 weeks out, I paroled with a couple of bands from hustling on a tier. And the first thing I did was get my ID and my social security. And I was in the DMV, and mind you, I didn't have this tattoo, but I had face tattoos. My head was all blasted back, my neck. So I looked the part. You can tell the difference between shop ink and tattoo ink. And then I was wearing all black. I had black hats, black shirts, black pants, black shoes. I had the black Air Force One. So, you can tell I still dressed like a gang member when I first got out. Some say I still do, but it's just pro clubs. That's all it really is. But I looked the part, and I conducted myself like the part. And it's funny, though, because as a parolee and an ex-felon and a dude that did 15 years, I got out with a mentality that wasn't okay. Honestly, I got out thinking I was Billy Badass. I really did. I used to walk around just like I was still on the yard. Like, even my brother would be like, we would go to Walmart, and he'd be like, bro, who are you, Mad Dog? And I'm like, I'm not, bro. I'm just checking my surroundings, bro. Looking at, and I used to see beautiful women like, man, that's what's out here? Now, I know probably they're looking at me like, man, you a creep. Stop staring at me like that. But I didn't know how to adjust to society. I was so stuck in my habits of walking around with clenching my fist, chest up, just dogging everybody. And I could see why people kind of, shied away from me, pulled away from me, walked on the other side of the aisle, moved out the way when I walked through. And I would walk through aisles in grocery stores like I wanted people to move out the way. Like, man, I'm right here, bro. Move, man. I need these mashed potatoes, man. I need this gravy. I need this can of corn, man. Move. It was a pathetic way to carry myself, but I didn't know. I was so used to it that I didn't know that other people were acting a little bit different, were a little bit more distant. I was approaching people in a threatening manner, not knowing that I was approaching people in a threatening manner. I had to learn over the years to kind of relax and adjust and realize, like, man, you ain't on that yard no more. You ain't in the prison no more. That person that just gave you eye contact, he ain't looking at you like he wants to bang on you or he wants to check your tattoos and, he's flexing on you. Man, the people in society did not care about me. Like, bro, I look like a regular dude that looked like I got a hold of a box of Crayolas and went batshit crazy all over my face and head. That's what I look like. So I go to the DMV, and as I'm in line, I'm talking to the homegirls that's taking me to do all this, and I keep telling her, I was like, man, I'm going to have a hard time getting a job, man. I really need a job. A simple couple. It was an older man, older woman, and they turned around and they said, hey, man, my husband just got a job at Central Valley Meat. They hire felons. I didn't even say I was a felon. I just said I need to get a job, and she assumed it. But I think by just looking at me, she just assumed it. And I was like, all right, thank you. And I'm just mugging her back like, man, how do you even know? Don't judge me. You don't even know if I might have been in the military. You don't know that. But I served up. We went home. I applied at Central Valley Meat in Hanford, California, and got the job my first day right there right in the interview. They hired me on the spot. But they also hire all the gang members of Kings County and Tulare County. Harris Ranch, Harris Ranch is like another prison yard. There's a table for Norteños, table for Sureños, table for Bulldogs. They fight each other in the building. They fight each other in the parking lot. They fight each other down the street. Gang infestation, I'm telling you. But honestly, I think it's the way you conduct yourself and the way you present yourself. I was presenting myself like a thug. I gave the impression to people, maybe because a part of me wanted to, and some of it was just, just out of pure habit, is that I wanted everybody to know I was fresh out of prison. That used to be the basis of it, introducing myself to people. Yeah, man, I just got out, man. Yeah, I just got out, man. Yeah, and so that way they can inquire. Yeah, I just did 15 years. I actually think it was something to brag about. And obviously that's already going to set the tone for the type of relationships that I wanted to build or the type of friendships that I wanted to gain. For people looked at me like, man, you've been an F up your whole life. What do you got to offer? What do you got to say? What do you got to talk about? It's just what people are going to assume about you coming out of jail because they don't know where your mind's at. And the cool part about it, every parolee that gets out doesn't know where their mind's at. We're still stuck in prison. I was still acting. Trip out on this, right? It was, we were just having a regular dinner. And my brother was making garlic bread in the oven. And we were making it with spaghetti and meatballs with the grated cheese on top. So I remember asking him for something. And he goes, you got 2 feet, bro? Get up and get it. And I flashed. I don't know how. I don't know what switch went off. And I felt like he was getting at me aggressive. I felt like I was on the yard again. And I started squeezing my hands like this. And I was like, bro, what did you say? And he starts laughing. He's like, man, get up and get it, bro. You got your own 2 feet. I ain't your slave. And I was like, bro, you better get that mother bread, man. Give me something. Anyway, I asked for something. And then my homegirl seen me. And she grabbed my hands. And she was like, relax. And then my brother seen that I was getting mad. He goes, damn, fool, I was just playing. And my mom was like, mijo, relax. And I was like, bro, you better watch who you talking to like that, homie. You get hurt. Like, I got so mad and aggressive that I broke the legs of my mom's chair because I was just slamming it like, what's up, fool? Don't ever come at me like that, boo. I was just lashing out. I couldn't control it. I lost it. Because I'm thinking on the yard, man, if I was to get approached like that on the yard and somebody was to disrespect me on the yard, even SNY yard, I'm going to flash because you ain't going to disrespect me. You're going to respect who I am and as a person, as a man, as a thug, as a gang member. And they told me to leave, and I wound up leaving with her, wound up doing her in a parking lot in some park in Visalia. And then I came home and everybody was asleep, and the next day everything went back to normal. But that was a constant thing happening. I was flashing at everybody. I was flashing at my mom. I would flash at my homegirls. I would flash at my uncles. I would even flash at girls. If I was certain girls that I was getting to know, and they would say something like because sarcasm is a thing out here. Everybody has good sarcasm and it's funny. Everybody can take it. In jail, sarcasm can rub somebody the wrong way. If they don't like what you said, hey, it's going to lead to a fight. My mind was, hey, man, I could just beat your ass and solve every issue. I could just put these beaters on you and show you how hard I hit to resolve these issues. Or I could put you in check and flex on you so that way you could respect me. But who's really going to respect somebody who has anger issues, who takes everything disrespectful, who feels like he can say anything he wants to you, and then if you say it back, he's going to fight you? I was rubbing people the wrong way for a long time, especially women, man. I can't remember which one it was. Matter of fact, it was one of my torta tails, man. It was a homegirl, man. We had some days with her, but she had a prima that was a big girl, and they were hella cool, man. I used to take them out to eat all the time. I'll take them to Kohl's shopping. We just go blow out and everything. And then one day we were just at the pad chilling, and we were talking mad smack to each other, having a great time. But she called me the B word. And dude, like my whole face turned red. My mind went blank. I remember seeing her, and I was like, bro, you better watch who you talk to like that, man. Ooh, I ain't your baby daddy. But I flipped, and they kicked me out. And I got in the car, and I realized, like, man, I didn't even need to do that. We were having a great time. We were having fun. I was gonna get laid in a minute. So to be honest with you, people are gonna discriminate to a certain degree, to a certain extent. They know it. They don't know how to approach it. Because not everybody in society has been to prison. Everybody has jobs. Everybody has a family. Everybody has a house. Everybody has careers. Everybody goes to ball games, softball games, football games, wrestling. This is the normal life. They normalized all this. You're not going to normalize a convicted felon with a convicted mind frame. So to me, I was expecting everybody to accept me for who I was, but society don't know how to accept anybody in this nature because of our nature and our ways of thinking. So like I said, I was coming out being aggressive. I didn't know how to take things. I didn't even know how to talk to women. I would just come in aggressive, like, man, what's up, man? Woo, woo, woo. Like, you can see my intentions where, hey, man, I'm trying to have sex, man. I just got out, man. I'm trying to bend you over. I'm trying to pull your hair out and see how to go get your hair cut. All kinds of stuff. There was this one torta, man. I swear to God, man, she curved me. And she said, I can't tell the story on YouTube. She said, I can't. But she said that we were talking the other day, and she said it. She was like, man, I was like, man, what happened, bro? How you gonna curve me? Now look at me now, man. I'm doing good, man. I turned out to be a great dude. You know, I'm a great provider. You know, I work hard. You know, I'm successful. You know, I didn't get into trouble. I don't even drink. And she was like, dude, you were just hot when you first got out. And I just realized that that's all you wanted. But she made me think, like, my approach to all these women. I'm like, man, what's up with you, man? When we gonna kick it? When you gonna let me come over? When is that? Why not this weekend? You know, I was real aggressive, not realizing how I was approaching people. So obviously, society has a right to discriminate us. For one, we committed crimes that these people wouldn't imagine doing. We committed crimes that people and hurt people, and yet we expect to come out of come out of jail back into society and expect them to say, oh, all is done, all is forgiven, here's your second chance. Just because a lot of people have the mind frame that people deserve second chances doesn't mean we deserve a second chance. We really don't. I had to learn throughout the time that, you know, I got to earn these people's respects. I messed up. I went to jail. I continued to do violence and continued to gangbang up until I was 34. A grown man still acting like a kid, wanting to wear red, wanting to wear this, putting, you know, Rider Bunny tattoos on my face. You know, I don't deserve nobody's respect for that. I don't deserve a second chance for that. But I did get a lot of good jobs, but it was jobs that were hiring felons because they know that, hey, man, these dudes are going to work. And what I did was I took those job opportunities and I made them work. I became a good worker. I have good work ethic skills. I love to go overboard. I will do overtime. I will help out as much as possible. I will do my job. That's one thing about me that I say I'm proud of is when I go to work, I'm there to work. I'm not there to bull crap. I'm not there to find shortcuts. I'm not there to half-ass a job. And no, if the job needs to get done, I'm going to do it the right way, the way they taught me. And I'm going to get the job done so I can go home peacefully and go home safe. Like I said, I only quit work for like 3 or 4 months. So I've been doing YouTube this whole time while I've been working. Just those 3 or 4 months when I was getting big money, I quit. And then that didn't work out. So I went right back to work. I know how to apply myself. I know how to draft resumes. You know, to me, I still got a lot to prove even to you guys, because there's a lot of people on YouTube who still think I got that gang mentality. I'm still in love with the Norte. I'm not positive. I'm a hypocrite. All kinds of stuff. I still got a lot more to prove. And even though people are going to say you ain't got nothing to prove to nobody but yourself, I proved everything to myself. I've stayed sober. I don't smoke or drink. I stay out of trouble. I've gotten great jobs. I got 2 homes that I take care of. I got a family that I take care of. I work hard a lot and still do YouTube. And I know I'm one of many examples, but I don't want to ever hear anybody that ever goes back to jail or is in and out of jail say, hey, man, I can't get it done out here, man. I try to look for jobs. I try to do this. I try to do that. You know, I keep going in and out. I can't stay sober. No, inexcusable. Because I came home with the intentions, even though I got caught up in a lot of bullshit for my own stupidity and my lack of integrity of wanting to be a gang member in the age of 30. No, I made it happen. I have tattoos all over my head, my face. I learned how to be, professional. I know how to present myself in an interview. I learned in the last 2-3 years how to talk to people. I learned not to be aggressive towards people, like trying to talk to them or trying to talk to women. Trust me, I was discriminated a lot by women, even though I got a lot of torta stories for you guys and some other regular stories from some, some 6s and some 7s. But I used to come out like looking at all these bad women. Beautiful women. I try to approach them, get rejected. Dude, that thing used to send me in a spiral. Like, why she say no to me? Like, what she got against me? Like, how am I not good enough to her? I'm like any other dude out here. I used to get mad like that when beautiful women, thick women, women that I wanted to see myself with would curve me like, nah, I got a boyfriend. Now you lying. You don't lie. You know, I went through a lot. It was a hard adjustment. I didn't know how to be around crowds. I didn't know how to have conversations within a crowd. I could talk to you person one-on-one. I could talk to this girl with her and her friend one-on-one, but put me on a table with like 3 girls and 3 dudes and me and some other people. I'll get quiet. I start looking at people and I start just judging people thinking that they're judging me because I'm quiet, I'm reserved, I don't know how to talk to people, I don't know nothing about what they're talking about. I used to beat myself up a lot mentally about a lot of things, especially all the women that used to reject me, all the women that used to turn me down. And there's been some situations where there was women that I was talking to that I knew I was doing better than the person she ended up being with and ended up talking to anyways, when it comes to like having a job, having a car when I first got out, you know, saving my money, dressing okay, decent. And they would just be like, they would just lead me on for 2 or 3 months and end up with somebody that I'm cool with or that was related to me. And I know for a fact I'm doing better than them, but they chose them for some other reason. And that would eat me up like, man, what the hell? Well, like, how am I less value? You know, that used to tear me up a lot, man. I got so many stories and so much perceptions on, you know, the concept of rejection towards men and how men feel. But at the end of the day, I had to learn to adjust. But the one thing I have learned is that society doesn't have to adjust to us coming out of jail. They don't have to accept us. They don't have to respect us. They don't have to do nothing. They didn't commit a crime. They weren't punished by the law. It's us that has everything to do. We have to adjust back to society. We got to blend in just like them. We got to actually think like them and learn from them. Because in reality, as ex-felons, ex-cons, ex-parolees, you know, we messed our life up. We threw our life away. We got to learn again. This is a new experience for us. We got to become like society. We got to become like regular individuals. We're not better than them because, you know, we shot a gun and we used a knife on an inmate. We stole and I robbed a bank and I robbed so many people and I did drugs. None of that is meaningless. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about your past mistakes. They want to see what you can do now. Or are you just going to be another statistic and go back to jail? That's what they want to see. So society doesn't have to adjust to us. We got to adjust to society, and I'm still learning that. But trust me, I've been discriminated for a long time. Hell, I'm hated and discriminated against now just for my YouTube and my freedom of speech and the stories that I share with people. You know, it means it does have its adverse effects, but, you know, it's all part of life. But now I get to tell people like, hey, man, I have a job and I do YouTube for a passive income to take care of my family, take care of my kids, to build a future. That's impressive to a lot of these people that I've been telling to lately, especially in a new state that I live in. Everybody's like, oh, man, that's hella cool, bro. Like, you're doing pretty good, man. You haven't did drugs. You don't drink or nothing. I tell them, nope. You know, now society is impressed with somebody like me because I made an overall change. I made an overall difference. I owned up to my mistakes and I'm still paying for them. And the way that I'm paying for my mistakes and everything that I've done back in the day to hurt people is that I make sure every day that I don't hurt people anymore. I make sure not try my best not to hurt people's feelings, to get on people's nerves, to disrespect people. Now I walk into a grocery store and I'm smiling at people. I'm walking by saying, hey, excuse me, man. Thank you. Hey, I'm sorry to be in your way. You know, I'm learning how to approach people differently. And I'm proud of the person that I am today with the adjustments that I've made, and I can go out there in the free world and I don't feel like nobody looks at me like they first looked at me when I first got out of jail. But trust me, I know it's hard for the individuals that first get out of jail. It's a hard adjustment. But for those that are coming out of jail or fresh out of jail only a couple months, just remember this. You got a lot to prove. Even though you're going to have that mentality and that pride to say, I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you don't want to go back to jail, you don't want to spend the rest of your life, you know, regretting a crime that you committed or just throwing your life away. Trust me, you got a lot to prove right now. Because everybody's willing to give you that chance, but you got to show them that you deserve that chance, that you want that chance. Because in reality, they don't have to, because they're not the ones that made the mistake. You did. So I got to learn that throughout my whole process. So I'm glad my subscriber asked me that kind of question. I can get more into it, but, you know, I don't want to bore you guys to death, man. But for those that actually been in the system or recovering addicts or recovering from a domestic relationship, from any mental instabilities that you're going on, you know, leave a comment in the comment section. What is it like adjusting to society for those that have been in this predicament? I would like to hear you guys' answers. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.